What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, our Ford Mustang RTR-E-Xperimental. This is an insane little beast that I have created. It's experimental. I will never be finished with the layout of this car. Not the layout, but the power settings and everything like that. This one is a bit of a beast. They are the VM RTR-E-Xperimental. Little bit insane, based on a GT66, the 66 Ford Mustang with the RTR body kit on it. Terrible condition, and I also didn't get a good deal at all. I paid 8,106 for this one, losing out on 1,671 before we even start. But I'm not bothered because I'm not selling this one either. I will be keeping this one along with the other Mustang, which is outside in front of the shop right now. The engine in this one is the Eden 1H with 1,738 base horsepower. This one is mental. My goal of the end of today's video is a second entry into the competition that potentially I feel may win this one. Maybe we will see. It depends what everyone else thinks of it. But I'd love to get this one on to the speeder board. This one is going to be a little bit insane. And if it does get on the speeder board, I believe it will be the first electric car on there. Let's just go and have a quick look. A couple of Mustangs on there. I know that. We've got a Charger Mustang, the Supernova that I made, another Mustang. That was a 3-star one. The Unicorn. And yes, none of the rest of them are electric. So if we can get it on there, it will be the quickest electric car we've ever had on the channel, and it's going to be a bit insane. That's why it's experimental. We will continue working on this one forevermore, really, trying to just tweak it, improve it little bits here and there. This one looks absolutely insane. I've obviously done a few little bits. You can see we've got a double battery pack under the hood there, and if I just jump in underneath, you can see that we've got 12 batteries underneath as well, so that's 14 batteries in total. We've got two air filters, they're not air filters, they're radiators, two radiators in there as well to keep everything as cool as possible. Yeah, they're going to keep the batteries cool in there, plus underneath the bottom of the car. And then down the back here, we've got a large intercooler and two air filters. Actually, for the motor itself, that lovely electric motor, there is another air filter just in here for the front as well, along with another large intercooler. This one is going to be a little bit insane, absolutely, hopefully. I've made what I think is an absolutely spectacular livery with a few elements from the P-51 Mustang warplanes from World War II. So let's get this one started. Let's get over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are then at the car wash. Let's get this clean and hope that it doesn't have the livery on it already. Fingers crossed. Over we go. I really hope this doesn't. I don't want to show off too much of it before we get in there. No, it doesn't have any livery on it. Fantastic. Although it does have a few mismatched body panels. This is in absolutely awful condition. I don't think anything apart from maybe that panel there is going to be repaired. Let's get the interior done. Let's get it back on the lift and get that little electric motor, that insane little electric motor, ripped out of there and get everything else stripped down. Don't have to check for an oil pan with an electric motor. There's all the batteries just sticking a little bit out the bottom, part of how they stay cooled. Trust me, it will all make a little bit more sense a little bit later on. Let's get this going. Also, this is a four-wheel drive. I did forget about that. I have put a drive shaft in. It doesn't quite work, just bolts to the side of the motor, but we're using our imagination for this one, so I am going to take this drive shaft out just to be on the safe side. Out you come. Nice and simple. Go over here. Before we get... Oh, my God, they're big old wheels. Before we get that engine and stuff out, we do have to take the drive axles out, which means these wheels need to come out. I'll get that done. I will be back in just a moment. That's both rear wheels off and the drive axle off. So let's jump in underneath. Where is the gearbox? There it is. Let's get you unbolted with all of your many bolts. What do you think of this so far? A four-wheel drive, electric, insane, experimental Mustang. I think this one is going to be sick. I really do hope I can get it onto the speeder board. Out with the final, and then we need to get these two out before we can pull the engine out. But we have to do that from above. So let's get it back down on the ground. Out with the reduction gear and out with the gearbox input shaft. That should be everything we need to take out. If we now come back out, we should be able to lift this engine out nice and... lift this motor out nice and easy. Let's go. Will you come out? You will indeed. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I love it when things come out easy. Let's start at the back because we have got some stuff to take out of here, such as the battery. So out with this battery. We'll take out the ECU as well while we're here. That's underneath the car, but we've got air filters everywhere to Sorry about that. Air filters everywhere to keep this car as cool as we can, not only in the looks, but also in temperature, because this is going to be a bit insane, I do believe. Out you come, and out you come. And let's go over to you, get you out as well. All of your wonderful little clips. Spin around. There we go. Out with you, and out with you. Off with the cover, out with the filter, and out with the base. Nice and simple. We will come back to the batteries. Let's go up a bit. Batteries a little bit later. Anything else at the back here? Doesn't look like it. So let's jump down the front and see what else we have got. So we do have a wishy-washy reservoir with a tiny little bit of liquid left in there, or maybe empty, I can't tell. Brake servo, power steering reservoir, then the coolant reservoir, plus a large intercooler. The other air filter, which I should just be able to get from here. Over we go. One. It's a bit of a squeeze, this one. Two. Around to here. Three. And four. There we go. Out you come, and out you come, and out you come. And then we've got the two massive radiators with their fan housing kits. We'll get them out as well. Out you come. Out. I forgot to drain the fluids. My bad. I definitely missed that one there, but what a shame. Now it's done, so we don't have to worry. That was this reservoir here that I forgot to empty. So now I'm going to check the reservoirs. Although they do sort of look empty, I do believe they might have some liquids in. Right-click, additional tools, drain tools, click and hold. Hopefully it should drain a bit out. I'll be back in a minute. I'll get all of this stripped out. I'll get the engine stripped down. And then, oh, that's the wrong button. And then, oh my God, I can't work today. And then we're going to work on this beautiful bodywork before we head over to the paint shop to check out the awesome livery I have created for this one today. I will see you in just a little bit. That was everything replaced or upgraded because I literally could not repair anything. Everything on this car was so bad condition. But that is everything stripped out from the insides. We just got this bodywork to go. So let's just crack on. I don't reckon I'm going to be able to repair much of this either. Out with the fender and light. They're both too bad for definite. Is this fender going to let me? No, that is under 15 as well. Out with car part 2. Yeah, I don't think anything of this is getting repaired. We'll find out though. 8%. That is terrible. What else have we got? Rear bumper. There we go. Rear clamshell. No and no. Rear tail light. No. Right fender. No. Body window. No. No. Back round the other side. I think that's possibly everything. Let's get in and get this interior out. The one seat that is in there, that is. Out you come. Nicely done. Is that everything removed? 1%. That is a good sign. And that is absolutely everything out. Fantastic. I'm really not sure what this is going to cost. It is in awful condition. Let's go and grab the welder. Have a quick think. 8,106 are paid for the car. It is in absolutely awful condition. The frame is at 4%. I'm going to say 2,000. 1,200, way off again, but never mind. We already saw the shop for this one last time, so I'm not going to bother going through that again. There's that lovely colour on there, sort of yellowy gold. I'm literally going to go and buy everything I need to get this one all back together. Then we'll get it all back together, head over to the paint shop and see the livery I have created for today. Well, I think that's the first for me. I didn't repair anything on this car apart from the frame. Everything was bought brand new. So let's just start throwing this all back together. We'll start with the front clamshell. I have gone for the front clamshell G, which is the RTR one. On you go. With front bumper, also G, which is the RTR one. On you go there. The front end is the N1, which is the RTR. There's a bit of a theme going on here, but it's about to be broken because the hood is the GT66. Mid-engine only, obviously, because of how much that dips in. Look at that. That's insane. As I was talking about the airflow, it's going to suck in through there, pull out through the underneath of the car, and keep everything cool all the way through there. On with the front fenders, they're the RTRs, quite obviously. And then for the headlights, I just went for the blanked out ones because, well, they look pretty sweet, and I quite like them, to be honest. Up here, we've got car part 2, which is just car part 2. The winter, well, there is another one, but it only goes with the RTR engine at the front, actual motor, actual engine one, sorry. Black trim on the window, and then the car part 1, which is the trim around the rest of the car, is all a black trim as well. Looking pretty sweet. On with the doors, they are just basic ones with for the roll cage in there, black interior. Looking pretty nice. The rear fender is obviously that wide body RTR rear fender in there. Then in with the window, in with the mirrors. I went for the little round ones with the white bit around the outside because they look pretty sweet. Body window, kept it as a window, but it is the Shelby one, but I want to be able to see in there because that's where the motor will sit. Oh, rear window, in you go. Not really bothered about that one. Trunk, I've gone for Trunk P, which is the big wing on the fastback variant. Left tail light, RTR. Right tail light, also RTR. Then the rear clamshell is the RTR. On we go. Rear bumper is the RTR. On we go. Rear fender, also RTR. And then let's just get the rest of this finished off. Do you know what I didn't buy? I didn't go and buy interior because I'm an idiot. So let's just double check that is all back together apart from the interior. 100%, 100% fantastic. I will sort the seats out in a bit. More importantly, though, we need to get this one over to the paint shop to check out the stunning... I'm so proud of this livery. The stunning livery we have created for this beast today. I hope you like it. I'll see you in there in just a moment. Here she is then, starting from the back in a black, grey and orange camo. Looking insane. We got the Hoonigan logo down at the back there with some green in it because this is electric. Let's move down the side. There is a little bit of my P-51 Mustang. That is the World War II American Air Force logo. We've got a classic Ford badge down here as well. Moving on down the side, we've got the green RTR logo being electric. The E for electric, experimental, made of lightning bolts there with lightning running through the text, looking insane. A couple of little sponsor decals down there, including my own one, looking pretty sweet. So we move her on around to the front. There's the next part of the P-51 Mustang element. Now, I know a lot of the P-51s didn't even have a shark nose. A lot of them did a yellow and black checkerboard nose, but there are a few on there with the shark nose. I think it looks pretty sweet. I think it gives it a mean-looking look. I'm quite pleased with that. That's the front, back, and sides. You can sort of see a little bit. We've got some blue lightning running down the hood there into them vents, and obviously a bit of blue lightning running over the top as well. And her name, or his name, its name, is Blue Lightning for obvious reasons. I think this looks absolutely insane. It is possibly my favourite livery I have ever created myself. Not my favourite livery of all time, because that would be mental. But this is my favourite livery I have ever created. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As regards for painting the suspension, engine, and all of them sort of bits today, we're going to try and get a little bit of that blue in there, a little bit of this green in there, or that green, one of the greens, and hopefully some of this orange. We're going to skip the black and grey because we got carbon fibre bits all around, and obviously a lot of grey on this body. So a blue, a green, and orange is the colour scheme we're going to be going for with the suspension and that motor. In here, I've put in my Nismo seats. You didn't really expect any different, let's be honest. But I have also put in the Sylvia steering wheel because it's got a lightning bolt on it, so why not? And obviously some of that exterior design stretches onto the inside there. I think it looks absolutely incredible. I am so pleased with this one. Even inside the engine bay, which I can't get in right now. Well, you can't get in and see anyway. But you can see some of that design has gone over into there. It looks insane. I love it. It is my favourite livery I've ever made. You've even got some of the lightning on the inside as well. It looks sick. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to paint the motor and all the suspension. And then we shall crack on with reassembly. Get this one back on the lift. Get it all back together. And hopefully get an awesome car with an awesome speed on the speed track made by myself for my RTR-E-Xperimental car. That's everything painted, ready to go back on our beautiful little RTR-E-Xperimental Mustang. Looking sweet. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit wild. It's a bit in your face. So is everything else in this car. So let's go. We've got orange shocks. We've got green springs. They are looking absolutely incredible. Very, very garish and in your face. Exactly the same at the back. Mostly because, well, this is sort of based a little bit on military. So everything's got to be a bit uniform. Pun intended. My bad. I should stop making jokes. Let's get all of this suspension back together. The front suspension crossmember is in that orangey colour. Looking pretty good. By the way, all of these colours are solid. They're not gloss, they're not matte, they're not pearl. They are just solid colours. Bottom suspension arms in the green. Looking awesome. It will be green all the way around. And then the top suspension arm in that blue. Looking pretty sweet. Bit crazy, as I said it would be. I'm loving this so far. Obviously, we've seen the shocks in there orange and green. Looking pretty sweet, pretty crazy. Loving it, loving it. Let's get the sway bar end link on there. Let's get the brake caliper on. That is in blue. just to throw a splash more. Maybe a little bit too dark, but it should look cool nonetheless. And we will also get this front diff in as well. That is in the green, looking pretty sweet in there. And we can get the front axles in, so let's get those in as well. On you go. We'll do the other side in a minute. That is one side done. I'm just going to throw this large intercooler in while I'm here because it needs to go in from there. On we go. In fact, we'll throw in the batteries as well while we're here as well. On with the 2 front batteries. I will sort all the middle ones out a little bit later on. We'll just throw one in. They are all performance parts. They are all going to be increasing it by 2% power per battery. So that's pretty sweet. The rear axle and knuckle housing, I've done that one in an orange to sort of coincide with the cross member because we don't have any central pieces in this one. Let's get all of these cover bits on right up until the brake caliper. On you go. In fact, we could even do the brake caliper because I can't put the drive axles in until the engine or the motor goes in. Sorry. On with you, but we will come back to that. I did put the bearing in. Same as the front there, upper in the blue, lower in the green. It is a bit crazy, but I absolutely love it. This is going to be so sick when it's done. I really cannot wait to see this all finished. Let's get you on. Let's get you on in your orange and green. Looking cool. And then that blue brake caliper on there. Looking pretty sweet. It is a little bit darker, but it still looks good nonetheless. Obviously, no fuel tank or fuel pump in this one. We will put that large intercooler in while we're there, and we'll come back to them air filters and stuff later on. So I'm going to crack on and get the rest of this all finished up. Then we're going to sort out the engine bays. Then we're going to go and build that beautiful painted electric motor. I'll see you in just a bit. Well, there's that suspension all done. Looking pretty wild in the orange, blue and green colour scheme we've got going on the underneath there. Really liking that. It looks absolutely awesome. Let's jump on, though, and let's get the engine bays back together. Start off, we'll just get all of the reservoirs in. In you go, along with the brake servo. I technically class that as a reservoir. In you go, and in you go. Looking pretty sweet. In with these radiators. On you go, on you go. We need plenty of cooling for this insane horsepower electric motor. There we go, there we go. That's most of the front done. We'll sort the fuse box in a moment. Let's just get the air filter base on. These are all in blue with green lids. On you go. There we go. And looking pretty sweet. And if we go a bit further down here, let's zoom in a little bit. Orange clips on there as well. Just because I like to throw a little... I can't click it. There we go. Just because I like to throw a little bit extra in there. Spin around here. Get you. And where are you? There we go. We'll get you as well. Looking pretty good. Jump back up. I can't move. I'm stuck. Go to the wheel. Woo, too close. There we go. Right. Fuse box base is also in the blue and the lid is in green. I will show you that a little bit later on after we've built the motor. Wrong side that's going in down there. But let's go and get the rest of this all finished up. In with that ECU. On we go. Then we've got the regular battery up there just to get it started. And then the extra 2 air filter bases. In you go. Didn't mean to click over that far so well. Over there. In you go. In you go. And then, come on, let's just get these all done because I want to see what it looks like from underneath. We want to get this done. Get the car in the air because you can pretty much see most of this, especially without the motor in there. So I'm going to get these done, get the fuse box finished, then we'll check it out before we go and build that beautiful electric motor. I will see you in just a second. Here we are then. I just wanted to have a quick look underneath because I think it looks absolutely incredible, vibrant, bright, and in your face. Just how I like it. We'll move on down the back there. Looking pretty sweet. Obviously, when that motor goes in, it's going to look a bit different down here. We've got some of the camo down there. I didn't do too bad of a job matching that orange, I don't think. It is looking absolutely awesome. And just before we move on, I will change modes quickly, jump up and just show you that fuse box hiding up there. There it is in the blue and green. Looking pretty cool. Anyway, let's go and build that electric motor. These are very quick to build, so it's not going to be too bad. And it is also going to be in your face and garish like the suspension. So the central housing in there, I've done that one in a blue. It looks pretty sweet in the blue if I'm being honest. The stator can't be painted and nor can that rotor there. On you go. The end rear housing, done that one in an orange just because why not? Lots of bolts on this one. Let's just get you all in. In you go, on you go. Tighten up. And the last one there, in you go. Nice. The front end housing, I've done that one in blue as well. There's a bit of a blue theme going on down the bottom here. Let's crack on with you. There we go. Then we've got the AC compressor. That is also in the blue as well. There we go. That is looking sweet. Very, very pleased with that. Let's move up. We've got a bit of green to go on up here. So we've got the bracket in the green there with the 3 bolts. 1, 2, and 3. And then the second bracket also in green, but only with 2 bolts. 1 and 2, in you go. Then we've got the charger. I have done that one in the orange because it looks awesome in orange. Well, it did in the paint shop, and it does also there. And then the power electrics unit also in the orange. So we've got a bit of green and a bit of orange up here going on. There is a little bit more to go. The power electronics cover also in that green, just for a splash of shiny, nice colour up there. And then all of these cables are also in green, just because I think it looks pretty sweet. Mostly in a blue and orange, but with the cables and the brackets in green. That is looking pretty sweet. Very pleased with that. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments. I definitely want to hear your opinions on this. Is it too much? Is it too garish? I don't mind if it is, but let me know what your thoughts are on it. I'm going to grab some pictures. Then we're going to get this dropped in the RTR-E-Xperimental. There she is, looking stunning. Let's get this one dropped in our beautiful experimental Mustang and see how good this garish-looking motor looks in there. In you go, in you go. Let's go, let's get you put away. Let's have a look. That's looking pretty cool. I mean, you can only see it from a few subtle little places from back here, but let's get it up in the air and see what it looks like from underneath. Plus, we need to get the gearbox and the drive shafts in anyway. Drive shafts. So there's 2 drive axles at the back and a drive shaft running down the middle. So let's get these in. Let's jump over this side. We need to get this stuff done first. Final gear, and these need to be done from above. So I'll be back in a second. There we go. They're all in, ready for the gearbox. But before we do that, let's get this main drive shaft in, connecting front to back down the tunnel. Looking pretty cool. On you go, in you go. That's that taken care of. Let's get the gearbox in, but let's fast forward through all the bolts. Looking pretty good in its green. It has come out a slight different green. I know, just the lighting on it. It still looks all right. I'll get this bolted up. I'll be back in a second. There we go, all bolted in. A couple of rear drive axles left to go. Then I've just got some wheels to do. Speaking of wheels, in my face. And then I've just got some wheels to do, some liquids to top up. And then we can get this beautiful Mustang outside in the sun. Look at that under there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So pleased with that. The drive shaft going down the tunnel there above the batteries. Looking awesome. And to get it finished off, then we'll be outside. Here we are then, the 2 Mustangs together, all finished with today's one, a Blue Lightning, looking absolutely stunning in this orange, grey and black camo with some green accents, some blue accents, some lovely little decals on there, little details, Ford Performance, Willwood Brakes, Monster Energy and Virtual Mechanic. Obviously a retro Ford badge from the 50s, pre this Mustang. The American Air Force, logo from the 71 Mustang. P51 Mustang even, getting all my years mixed up now. Little unicorn badge on the back there. Looking absolutely stunning. I really do love this. I think it's turned out absolutely fantastic. Got a few bit of bright colours in there. Looking pretty awesome. If we go down the back, we've also got some more bright colours in there. Looking absolutely insane. With the suspension and the engine all just crazily, stupidly in your face with some crazy, wild, bright colours in there. Absolutely love it. But what do you guys think? I think this one is incredible. This is going to be my second entry to the Discord competition. And a big shout out to French Toast, helping me get this livery to what you see today. It did go through a couple of iterations before I finally settled on this, but I think it looks absolutely great. Also, a big shout out, well done to Payne. Such a beautiful mod. These both came from the same mod. Would you believe it? They are exactly the same car, just different body variations, different body styles, body kits, different ride heights, so on and so forth. And this one being electric, hopefully it's going to be insane. We're not going to start the engine because there's no point, but we will jump inside and quickly check out this interior. We've got a bit of camo on the dash there. Nothing poking up through. It looks absolutely stunning. And obviously our incorrect steering wheel, but we'll roll with it because it looks awesome. Enough of that. Anyway, as I say, we're not going to start it because it doesn't make any noise, but we will talk about these beautiful, beautiful rims. Absolutely love them. These are the rims 1A. You'll see me use them a lot because I like the two-tone and I like the deep dish. Obviously, we've gone for a green inside on here to match with some details on the car. We've got the blue brake calipers to match some of the other details on the car there. Looking absolutely fantastic. These front wheels, they are 18-inch, 335 width with a 25 profile, and surprisingly enough, No ET whatsoever. Looking insane. Down at the back here, these are slightly bigger. These are 19 inches with a 385 width and also a 25 profile. And again, no ET needed. It just fits absolutely perfectly. I am so pleased with this. It is unbelievable. But let's get this one over to the dyno and see what power we're making today with our electric motor, all the performance parts, and a slightly upgraded style. Let's go. Let's find out. Here we are then on the dyno with the RTR-E-Xperimental Ford Mustang, looking insane. 1,738 horsepower from the factory-ish. How much have we added today with the performance parts? A gain of 1,279 horsepower, 74%, taking our little electric Mustang to just over 3,000 horsepower equivalent from that little electric motor. Insane. 3,016 horsepower from the beautiful Mustang. I am loving this one. Let's go check out the gearbox tuning setup for today. Here it is. It's a 1 ratio straight up with a 3.13 ratio in the only gear you can have on these electric motors, with a referenced max speed of 569 kilometers an hour. I don't know what we'll hit on the track, but let's go over and find out. My goal today was to get this in the top 10 of our speeder board. Hopefully we've done that. Let's go have a look. Here we are then on the speed track with the electric experimental Ford Mustang. We've taken some little bits of inspiration from the P-51 Mustangs from World War II. My goal of today's video with my experimental car was to get this in the top 10 speeder board as an electric car. Can we do that? We need to hit at least 536 kilometers an hour to match the Dodge Charger currently sat in 10th place. If we can do better than that, I'll be very, very happy. So let's jump in and let's see what we can get to. Off we go. Flies off the line very quickly. My God, that's 200 kilometers an hour already. There's 300. This is pretty quick. Where are we going to finish up? Come on, at least 536 is my goal. Maybe 537 just so we can beat the Charger, but never mind. Come on, let's go. There we go. Yes, 546 kilometers an hour from the experimental electric Mustang. That's very, very good. I am very impressed with that. Well done, you little beauty. 546 kilometers an hour from the little RTR-E experimental Ford Mustang today. It does put it on the speeder board. Joint number 7th with the 3-star Mustang. I'm so impressed with that. You cannot believe. I was aiming to get it on the speeder board. I figured only just not joint 7th with a 3-star Mustang. So yeah, very, very impressed. But what do you guys think? Do let me know in the comments below. This one has definitely been probably one of my most crazy and, well, experimental builds I have ever done. Even creating this livery, at one point I nearly gave up with it, thinking I was being a little bit too ambitious. But it has turned out absolutely fantastic, and I am so proud of this one. It is unbelievable. Just about to see that little motor, tucked under there, looking pretty sweet with a couple air filters and an intercooler down there. And then in here, you got a couple more cooling fans, another air filter, and just down in here, there's a large intercooler as well. Absolutely insane. I am so pleased with this one. You cannot believe. But let's quickly jump into some facts and the figures about this one, although I can guarantee you 100% I will also not be selling this Mustang, as well as I won't be selling that one. So I bought the car for $8,106, as you would have seen at the beginning of the episode if you did stick around for long enough. Losing out only a little bit, 1,671, but it's not too bad. I'm hoping we have clawed most, if not all of that back, with the finished product today. So let's jump in and let's have a look. I spent a further $86,983 sorting this one today, but I did have to buy absolutely everything brand new. The only thing original on this car when it came into the shop is the frame. Not even kidding. Everything is 100% brand new on this bad boy. So I spent a lot on it. Our total cost is $95,089. Let's jump in. Let's have a look. There she is. The VM RTR-E Experimental. Absolutely love this one. All 100% finished off with just over 3,000 horsepower in this engine. A gain of 74%, which is absolutely insane. Let's see if I can make a profit on this one. Not that I'm going to sell it, but if I could make a profit. Yes, and a lot. Double my money. I spent 95,089 modifying this one today, and we can sell it for 199,061, making a profit of 103,972. It's a shame we're not selling you, but I'm definitely not selling you that today or ever. It's not happening. This is going to be a keeper. This is one I'm going to tinker with here and there, see if I can maybe get it slightly higher on the speederboard. If you do want to see that, do hit the subscribe button, because as soon as I hit 250 subscribers, I will be pulling some of my older cars out of storage, playing around with them, seeing if we can do any better than we did before. This one, for definite, will be coming back out because it is insane, and I'm definitely going to tinker with it. I'm not going to tinker with this one anymore. I love this one as it is. This is my dream build. We will bring it back out just to showcase it again if you want to see it, but this is probably going to live in front of the shop. I don't know where this one's going to live. I really don't. I need to get that mod that adds cars there, but it's not available on Steam, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And plus, it's a quality of life mod. It changes a lot of things in games that I don't want changed. All I want is the parking spaces there. That would make me very, 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 very happy. Unbelievably happy. But that's enough of this one for the moment. Let's jump in and see what we've got up next. This, some of you may know as a Merca or something like that. This is a Ford Sierra Cosworth. Don't care what you say, is a Ford Sierra Cosworth RS 500 left-hand drive conversion. Bit of a shame. We had these in the UK right-hand drive. Yeah, bless Payne. It's a cool looking mod though. This one is going to be a lot of fun. We did get this one from the auction house. It's in considerably better condition than the car we just did, but still not too bad. It comes with the i4 double overhead cam TAE engine, which is 144 horsepower. I don't know if we should swap that or keep it as it is. I'm not 100% on that. If you've got an idea, do let me know in the comments below. Again, do love to hear from you. Did we get a good deal on this one? No, obviously not. It's me, and it was the auction house. 5,766 is what I paid for this one, and I could sell it for 4,630, losing out on 1,136. But this is going to be for next time. Let's jump away. Don't forget to come and vote for either of my Mustangs or any of the other Mustangs in the Discord competition. Link to the Discord is in the description below. Whoever wins will end up on my pinboard. It may even be me. That one was me as well, so you never know. And here we go, just for the final time. Not updated yet because I haven't done it yet, but it will be sitting here. Number 7, 546 kilometers an hour, 339 miles per hour. Absolutely insane. Not quite the most horsepower on the board. The Lumina is the most horsepower on the board, but this Mustang will be the second. Sadly, we're going to have to say goodbye to the SRT8 Dodge Charger. You have been knocked off by an extreme electric Mustang experimental car, which has been insane. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed today's video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.